Okay, so we're on the next one, Limerick, 1 o'clock. As you can see, there's only 60,000 matched. It's 5 minutes until the off. There's not much happening. The races are quite tight today, so there's a bit of an overlap. But it's no big deal. Just take it as it comes. So the favourite is a heavily favoured to the horse. There's not many horses racing in this one. So on this one, for example, you have to be quite careful because if you've only got 3 ladders up, you have to make sure that you keep an eye on the 4th and the 5th horse here. As you can see, all these 4 have got quite close pricing. So, for example, the West Bridge here at 12.5, that might come crashing down to like 6s. Or same with like the Green Lady. He might or she might crash down to like 5s. And if you're only watching the first 3 ladders, you'll miss that. So you might be trading the second favourite, and the favourite's coming in, and the third favourite's coming in, and you're expecting the second favourite to drift, but nothing happens. And you're sitting there scratching your head wondering what the hell's going on. And that's because most likely one of these other horses that are not on your radar are steaming in or drifting out. So make sure you use the graphs and stuff that you have available within BetAngel, because that's what they're there for. So you can keep an eye on all the horses at a nice, easy level. So for this one, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do here, because I know this favourite here. I mean, look at this price range. Right, it most likely will just go shooting off in one direction, and you really do not want to get caught out and end up on the wrong side of it. So I don't particularly like trading races like this where it's just the one clear favourite, because you can see the price is jumping up and down quite drastically. And there's no real indication here if it's going to keep drifting out or if it's come in. You know, it probably will come in, but you know, that's the problem, isn't it? Is a probability is not guaranteed. So I'm watching the other horses to see if there's any noticeable movement. Because sometimes, you know what, because trading is such a personal thing, right? Sometimes if you're sitting in the market and you're just not feeling it, if for some reason you're just looking at it thinking, well, what's going on? Don't trade, right? Don't enter the market just because you feel like you should. I'm going to stick a lay trade in there just because it settled down here and stopped. And so at this point it might drift out again. If it crashes through here, I'll just put a stop loss here. Purely because if it's going to keep going, it will keep going really fast. And I'm not going to be... I don't want to get caught out. And I might pop myself in here. So try and... If it hits down here, it might bounce off it. But it's only 1 minute left, so... We'll see what happens here. So I'll move my stop loss up to 0 there, so if it comes crashing back down again, I haven't lost anything. They're still faffing around at the start of the race. But obviously it's a 2-mile race, right? So if the favourite lines up at the front, this is going to come crashing in. So I think I'll just take this small profit here, because it's starting in a minute. And so this is quite a good example where, you know, if you're in a position where you're looking at the market and you're thinking, you're genuinely sitting there going, ugh, I don't know, then just don't enter it, right? Wait for a signal that you feel comfortable following. So I entered the trade there because I'm comfortable with that one, because it came down to this point here. It's the lowest point it's been with any significance force, and I could see it was just settling in here, and the match bets were piling up, and that just indicated to me that it was likely to drift for a few seconds, and that's why I placed the trade. But honestly, I mean, this was, I wasn't sure about this one, so I didn't put a big stake in. I didn't go for it. I'm quite happy with 30 pence profit, because if I was trading normally there and using a £100 stake, that would have been a £3 profit. So, over 10,000 races a year, if you can get a £3 or £5 profit per race, you're laughing, right? So, if you want to learn to trade the way I do, you can click on the link in the description. Thanks for watching, and check back for the next video.